Hello everybody and welcome to Planetcoaster. Today we got an awesome theme park challenge ahead of us, so stay tuned and let's check it out. Hey yo guys, and welcome back to Planetcoaster. In today's episode we're going to be starting a brand new series. Now some of you may have heard challenge mode. And what challenge mode is, it's pretty much like the bridge in between sandbox mode and your regular career mode in Planetcoaster. So essentially with career mode, obviously you're just following a storyline, achieving achievements and that kind of thing. However, in sandbox, you're just out building whatever you want with no goals whatsoever, no limiting factors or anything. You're just building. However, in challenge mode, this is, like I said, the halfway in between. So you get a little bit of the challenges, you get the challenges in there, as well as you get the free to build. You have no certain limits, or, well, not necessarily limits, but yeah, I guess you'd say limits. But now, anyway, as you can see here, I'm starting to work on a little shelter here for this Gerstlaur Sky Fly, because if some of you may know, in hard mode, in challenge mode, one of the things is being able to balance money. So now we're going to be doing the hard mode, and what hard mode is pretty much you start off with $2,000. You have your rides break down faster, gas decrease, happiness decreases faster, and it's obviously just the hardest mode. However, though, the best way, in my opinion, to attract guests is by building high thrill rides. Because if you build something like a carousel that doesn't have much thrill ride, that doesn't have much very good stats, and like the happiness department, it just makes it harder to earn money, because not many people would want to ride it, because they'll say like, oh, it's not my ride or anything like that, and which is rightfully so, considering that the carousel is made for families. So I decided to put in the Gerstlaur Sky Roller, put in this Gerstlaur Sky Roller. Now, or not Sky Roller, Sky Fly, blah, sorry. But now, what is Gerstlaur Sky Fly is, it's pretty much like a Gerstlaur Sky Roller, but it's what would I say, like intensified by like a mile. And so like essentially what Gerstlaur Sky Fly is, just to give you an idea of what it is, essentially it's kind of like a swing, but only you sit like these little plane things, and you're going around in a circle, and you go up very high, okay? You're swinging around, and what you can do with these plane kind of things is, if you can imagine in your head, if you're flying like these little cockpits, but you have in your arms, you get to control these like wing things. So like if you press up and down, like it's one end, and your goal is to flip yourself. Wow. But the Gerstlaur Sky Fly, Sky Fly. Anyway, if that's not what it is, please tell me down in the comments, and I will correct that. But Gerstlaur Sky Fly pretty much takes that and turns it on its head. So instead of just going straight up and down, you can still do the thing with the planes and everything, but you're going around on an axis, and you're like just spinning, and it's just absolutely bonkers crazy, and I absolutely enjoy it, and it's a very fun ride. But what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to decorate it. Now, the key with decorating is that the higher scene rating you have with any ride is that it raises the amount of money you can charge for people. So your starting amount is already, what, $9, I think? So this raises it by about 10%, like 25%, I think. And then this allows you to attract more visitors, and it allows you to increase your your ticket price. And the key with that is so you can earn more money, obviously, because like I said, you only start off with $2,000. Now, however, unlike in past Let's Plays, there's some people you may have seen, originally you did not have a loan. However, now you are allowed to take out a loan, though. So, I mean, that does help. But the key is, you don't really want to use a loan, because you want to try to stay above water as long as you can without having to use a loan or anything like that. However, I will say though, back when it was originally released and didn't have the loan feature, it made it impossibly hard. Even though it still isn't impossibly hard, because as you can see up there, we've got different challenges we can complete. Now, you get some very late game challenges right at the beginning, so it makes it harder to achieve some of them. So, however, I mean, you can't just delete them. So, which is why I ended up doing. I think. I don't remember if I do not. But you can delete those, and you can just get a new one. But even then, though, there's so many different options for challenges that it makes it impossibly hard. So like you'll see eventually is that I will delete some of them, and I'll get on with everything else. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like I should be explaining what's a little bit on the screen right now. So as you can see, I just finished decorating up the Gerstlaur Sky Fly, and I started working on this little like restaurant slash drink kind of place. Because I mean, what kind of park is it without a drink or food thing? I mean, like, if you imagine, what would you do? Just like stand around and wait in a 30-minute line for a Sky Fly all day? I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, though, speaking of that, we need to get a name for it. So, in the comment section, please write any name suggestions for the Gerstlaur Sky Fly, and I will choose whichever I think is either the best or the highest voted name suggestion. Now, unlike other Let's Plays you might have seen in the past, because in this one, I want to try to make it as realistic as possible. Now, some of you may know if you've seen any of my Steam Workshop creations like Desert Storm, Copperhead Strike, and not the Copperhead Strike in real life. I'm talking about like some weird, crazy steampunk kind of Copperhead Strike, or, well, Tower F. Well, now Tower F, it could be a better example of what I would like to try to do with this park, because I want to make it more realistic like that. Now, however, with the Tower F though, the only thing that makes it different than a real life one is just the theming around it, because I'm not and how close you get to the rockwork, because I mean, I'm not sure if any real life roller coaster will get that close to rockwork. Now, as you can see here, I started working on this little like what would you call it, like a deck slash patio thing. Now, unfortunately, we will not finish this building today because of several reasons, including money, which is one of the biggest reasons why I don't get anything done, or why there's just a bunch of, you'll see it throughout the episode, you'll see a bunch of like waiting around, because I'm waiting for money to try to come in to be able to try to do some stuff. Now, in the next episode, there will be a next episode, I will unfortunately have to do some stuff that helps me out a little bit to get past that situation, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Now, anyway, for the theme of this park, I want it to be a tropical theme, but if you've seen the series that Corrales, Silver, Rudy Red Canal, and Light Designer did back a couple years back, they did a tropical park type of thing. So what they called Quality Beach Park. So I took a lot of inspiration from some of the buildings they did. So like the Lady Designer's restaurant at the very beginning, that's what I was actually going to try to model after that. I was going to try to model that building and make that the little restaurant over there. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But like I said, we will not get that finished. Well, we won't get a lot of things finished, but hey, we're starting to get our foot in the sand here. We're trying to get our park rolling here. Now, speaking of the park name itself, I do need a name suggestion, because I don't know what to call it. I've not built a tropical park before, so I'm gonna leave that decision up to you guys. So please, down in the comments, post what you think what the name of the park should be, and what the name of the ride should be. So and I'll take, like I said, I'll take the best what I think the top comment is. Now, I'd like to talk about the upload schedule, because I know I said there would be 9 videos before the hour-long special on December the 24th or Christmas Eve, but however, I want to change that a little bit. I want to tweak that. I said originally I'd do 9, but I think I would like to try and start doing 3 uploads a week, because right now I've just been doing 1 upload a week around Sunday, Monday morning, and I want to start pushing it to like 16. Now, the order in which I would upload would be Minecraft, Planetcoaster, or then the real life stuff, or whichever way it comes first. So now, like at the time of this recording, this is about a week after the Tarif one not Tarif, the wrong one, the Desert Storm one came out. So now, obviously, if I do 3 uploads a week, that is going to drastically change the videos that are coming out and what the order is. Because if some of you guys remember, I posted a poll at the beginning of the year, or before the first video, describing what the order of the video should be. So this would probably change it. So like the top 25 that I'm still working on, because it's taking a while. My bad. It is going to get pushed back to it's going to get pushed back till the 21st, I think. It's whatever that Sunday is of December. I think it's the 23rd, actually. I don't know, I have to take a look at that. So tell me in the comment section if it's the 23rd, because I don't think it's the 23rd. Anyway, so please just let me know down in the comment section if you would like to see me start doing 3 uploads a week, because I really think I would like to try and start doing that, because one, I know I can, and two, my schedule is finally opened up to where I can do that, because I want to start putting you guys, this channel, and everything further up on my to-do list. So anyway, back to what on the videos. Now what I've started to do is I've started working on a staff room style thing. So now the thing with this is, in every park you are required to have a staff building, because your staff obviously need to rest. Because I mean, if you can imagine, it would be tiring after a while just being in a park all day. It's like, and especially there's only being one of you, because like I don't even know if I even got it at this current moment. If I've got, oh wait, no, I've got a vendor. I don't even know if I've got a janitor or anything. But as you know, this is the key to keeping your park one of the many important things that have to keep your park going, because your staff will get unhappy if they cannot rest or anything like that. So you need to have a staff building. Now, one of the things that goes along with the staff building is making it look nice, because the nicer or the more scenery you have around it, the happier your staff is, because, well, I mean, that would make anyone happy. I mean, like, if to know that you have like a nice little place and you come and it's like chillax. If it's been a long day so far, just feel like a 10-minute break. It would make anybody happy. So now, as for I chose the quote color orange for what reason? I have no idea. Because honestly, I was going to use the regular default colors, but I really wasn't a big fan of them. So I decided just to shake it up a little bit with the orange. Oh, and by the way, I would also like to mention, I'm going to be putting this series / video / whatever's going on into a bit of a trial period, because you know, like in your movies or TV shows, you've always got that pilot episode or show or whatever that just kind of guides how it's going to do and whether or not they should keep it going. So I really want your guys' full support on this, because I mean, if you don't have full support, then I can always just find something else, because there's loads and loads and loads of stuff we can do on Planetcoaster and well as a channel. Because as I said, now that I want to start doing, or would like to start doing 3 episodes a week, I'm going to start drastically changing which videos comes out when, and also some other other things that might come into play. So like I might start adding in like something like Parkitect or No Limits or that kind of thing, just to fully start expanding outwards among our channel. Even though we've only got a couple videos so far, I would like to start expanding out, just so we've already got a little bit of a variety of content. Because as I said, and I will continue to say throughout the entire channel's course, that I want roller coasters to be the center of it and the core of what happens. And it doesn't matter to me what it is. It doesn't matter to me if it's computer generated or not. Because in my opinion, I really like creativity and everything, and I like to see people be individual. Because like even though I am trying to do a realistic park myself, I used to tell people, why would you want to do something realistic when you've already got that in real life? Why not try to go out in your limits and try to do something a little bit different? However, though, I guess I'm going to put that aside, because I really do think I should try to start doing something creative. Now, through some of the other speed builds and stuff, you will see me do some little more wacky stuff, because that's just the nature of being a Planetcoaster. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, as you can see, we just had our first breakdown. Now, the thing that really sucks about breakdowns in that hard mode is that you lose so much money. Like, as you can see, I'm already in the negative, and that's why it really annoys me. How can you lose money even though the ride already closed? Is it like a thing like where they ask for refunds or something? I mean, I can kind of understand why you'd ask for refunds, but at the same time, I mean, you're already in the line though. I mean, come on, why does it have to take your money like that? Now, like I think I said in the beginning of the video, you will see me throughout this entire series, me doing a lot of pausing and stuff, trying to wait for money to rebuild up, and just everything to start getting back to normal the way it was. So please pardon me all the long pauses and us not doing very much. It's like it doesn't really matter, because I mean, this is the first episode after all. This is the first time I've ever started like reaching out like this and doing this little bit creativity and like all that. Now I would like to ask, and I want to do this I want to start trying to do this in every video, a question of the day kind of thing. So my question is for you guys, what is your favorite type of flat ride? So now for me, if some of you may know that I have ridden near 600 roller coasters worldwide, have traveled all across the country riding different flat rides, different roller coasters. And I just want to ask you guys, what is yours? Because mine is actually the are the Intamin drop towers. Now these can be found all across the world. Some of them are like Falcon's Fury or at Busch Gardens Tampa, which you go up obviously like a normal drop tower, but the thing is it does differently is that you actually face towards the ground. And it's honestly the most surreal thing. It's like once it drops, you just feel like you're gonna smash into the ground and absolutely fall into millions of pieces, which you won't, because these rides are built to be safety. Now there's also some like you can find at like Kings Island, Kings Dominion, my bad, that are just your standard drop tower. Now the cool thing about these is they actually rotate on the way up, so you're not just staying facing forward and staying facing one direction the entire time, which I think is a little nice touch. And I think just the overall drop that they give is honestly incredible, is honestly amazing. Now you could argue that some of the ones like on Jumanjaro and what's it called? Lex Luthor Drop of Dune at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Now the things that make these rides different is the fact that they're just on the side of a roller coaster like Superman and King Ka. Now the one on King Ka, you can actually feel how tall they are when you're riding it. Because I remember I got to ride it for Six Flags Fright Fest or whatever at Magic Mountain for the first time this year, and I just remember being up to the top, one, just seeing all the crazy views you get from up there, and two, being how cold it is and how high you are. It's honestly a surreal sensation, and then once you just drop, it's honestly the best experience ever, and I just can't describe it anymore. So anyway, again, what's your favorite favorite flat ride, and please post it down in the comment section. Now, I feel like I should get on to what we're actually doing right now, because we're going to start doing a little bit of a fence design here. Now, I've actually started working on another park in Planetcoaster, and I feel like I should do a park tour eventually, because of all my workshop and everything, what's happening right now, because I've got a lot of projects anyway. But I'm using this fence design in another park called, well, it's actually going to be the official Capital Thrill park. So it's going to have my logo, but it's going to be transformed into a park, and it's all going to be nice and pretty fancy and everything. So this is a fence design I've started using in it, because it has a similar kind of thing, but only I'd say it's not necessarily tropical, but it's more like I'm not sure if it would be Eastern African or if it would be like a fantasy or some sort of thing. I don't know how to describe it. I'll have to show it to you guys and get what you think because it's honestly a thing I can't really describe even. I kind of just started building and then they turned into that. But most parks you have these little nice fences all the way around. That's to help keep people off their nice foliage or whatever. And honestly, it just helps make the park feel more signified as a park. And I know I've just only got these couple fence posts in because I'm running out of money again, but I feel like it just helps make the park feel a little more, what would you say, not necessarily barricaded, but just more whole. It shows that it's supposed to be like a garden, not necessarily a garden, but like a planetary kind of thing. Now, I feel like I should also mention, though, that this park is definitely very much subject to change, because some of this stuff may not be temporary. Like this whole restaurant idea, it may or may not stay, because I honestly don't know how to necessarily make it look right, because like I said, I've never really done this full-on tropical with the thatch roofs. I normally go with your more modern or steampunk or just something like that, because I personally just like that kind of style, but that's just me. But like I said, it may all be subject to change, so don't count on anything staying here for long. However, I will say count on the staff building being there, because it's probably going to stay, and I'm probably going to tweak it and figure out how to actually work all the pieces together. Now guys, you cannot believe how excited I am to hopefully eventually build our very first roller coaster, because I've already got it mapped out in my head of what I want it to look like. There's this, I've actually, my home park, we have this aerodynamics coaster called Vortex, and what I want to do is I kind of want to resemble it, but I also want to tweak it. So after the first drop, it goes in that weird turnaround. I want to put the vertical loops in there and just make the turnaround in where the mid-course brake section would be. And overall, it just should look really nice, depending on how I set it up, because I also don't know how I'm going to set it up either. Well, the color scheme isn't going to need anything. Now, as you can imagine, I've got a very long list of things I want to do in this park. So we're just going to have to kind of ride it out and see how things are going, because things are probably going to change, because it's just inevitable going to happen. So anyway, with that being said, it looks like we're starting to get towards the end of our section here. Now, I know we didn't get to build much here towards the end, but that's because of the fact we've been struggling with money and everything. So I can assure you that in the next episode, which there will be, that we're not going to have these long pauses, or not as many as we did in this episode. So guys, with that being said, now that we're getting down to the wire, I'd like to say thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next episode. This has been Capital Thrills, and I'm out. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and please comment down below what you think and the things I've talked to you about in this episode. Bye-bye.